Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Realnesss, also streaming here on Entertainment in Color. I'm your host, Francis, with my amazing co-host, Mika Francis. How are you doing today, Tamika?
Good.
That's good. How'd you like the episode? Ish.
It was definitely better than the last few episodes.
Definitely better than the last
What just happened?
Definitely better.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I was mad at the end.
I know why. Yeah, absolutely.
It pissed me off.
Absolutely. And Miss TJoy is here today. How are you doing, Miss TJoy?
Hi, ladies. I am well. How are you all?
I realize that I'm quite tired, and I kind of
you are. You are quite tired. I guess I'm the one that's the most awake. I'm the one that's most awake tonight.
Well, I did wake up very early, and I didn't get much sleep over the weekend. So, I was thinking like time's a ticking. I'm like, oh boy, I'm starting to get tired. And then the episode hadn't even started yet. I was like, oh. And so, yes, I definitely fell asleep a couple times fast forwarding the commercials. Oopsie, but I am here. I'm here. I'm awake and I'm here. And I actually am excited to talk about these two episodes. I think that they are better episodes than they have been. More things, like it was a lot. It was jam packed, I would say. A lot of things happened. A lot of things went down. Look at in my sleepiness, I put a Bachelorette little flag there as opposed to Bachelor in Paradise, but no, doesn't matter. We're good. Hi, Jessica. How are you doing today?
Hi,
and Dabu. Hello, Dabu. So, can you believe when we started off yesterday's episode, we hadn't even gotten to our second rose ceremony?
Yeah. That was the first thing. I was like,
I didn't realize.
I'm like 4 hours of TV last week, and we did not. Nobody got handed a rose, and then they spent another hour.
Yes,
did not do it. Literally, the best part of the show happened in the last 30 minutes of yesterday's episode. Mm-hmm. They could have literally cut an hour of that and gave us some of this content from yesterday.
And we're also not even at the halfway point of Paradise right now, which is also strange. Apparently, we're getting like 8 more episodes.
Yeah, apparently they extended the season. They're like dragging it out, which does not allow me to have too much sympathy for some of the crying antics that I see here, because I'm like, girl, it's been 2 days. It's been 2 days. It's literally only been 2 days.
That is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is complimenting you, Miss TJoy, looking fabulous.
Oh, okay, Tabu. Thank you, girl. I tried to get a little something today. Thank you.
You're feeling these episodes,
I'm always on the prowl for a man, Tabu. So if you got some recommendations,
yes.
I mean, send them my way.
Yes, absolutely. We're all taking applications right now. So 5 guys are going to be going home, which is a lot. And that's another thing. We know what this twist is coming. They've been showing us this twist is coming for weeks and weeks on end. Why did we need to have a rose ceremony at this point, right? Like, why couldn't everybody stay?
Oh, because you want to know why? Because we had to save Michael. That's why. We had to save Michael because it's dedicated to Michael. It's here to praise and uplift Michael. And that's why we needed a rose ceremony to save Michael. Mm-hmm. That's why we needed one.
They knew what they were doing. They literally
did. Yes, they did.
Based on this episode, Danielle was always coming, and they basically just sent. She was supposed to be in this group of girls, and they sent her in early.
Thank you. But they sent her early because they didn't want him to go home.
But I don't think they knew that Ciara was going to leave. I think they thought that she was going to stay, and that he would give her she would give him her rose, and then Danielle would come in on the casa split, and then they would go about their business.
Yep.
Right. No, I know that's what they thought. That's how they had set it up in their head. But Sierra was like, no, I will not be asking for you.
I go back to, I feel like she did the right thing by leaving, personally.
Well, wouldn't it have been fabulous if instead she's like, you don't want to be with me? Justin, will you accept this rose? And then he doesn't get a rose.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been better.
Oh, but you know what they would have done?
That would have been better.
They would have done the same thing that they did for Natasha last season as Jesse would come out and bring like oh, look at this, we have a second chances rose for you, Michael. Like,
listen, I'm hearing that the reason why Teddy left was because they wouldn't let her go on the date with Rodney. So I don't know if they would have let her not give Michael the rose.
Whoa.
What? They weren't going to let her go on. Hi, B.
Hey, ladies.
Yes, we hate him. Yes.
Hate's a strong word.
No.
It is a strong I know word. What you mean.
It is a strong word. No, but it's just for this take. It's just for this take. We have to emphasize it for this take. You know, in real life, no, we wish him and his son well. But he's not a good person when it comes to this. Like, to be playing around, like, I don't like it. Either you need to be off and go to therapy, or you're ready and you're open. And you should have just told Sierra, hey, I don't think we have as much chemistry, or if we're there, just say that you didn't want to be with her.
I don't know if I want to be working towards that type of relationship with you. I really like you right now. I really like hanging out with you here. I really enjoy what we're doing right now, but I don't know if I see us long term.
But he gaslit her. Instead, he gaslit her and tried to make it seem like she was the issue. She was moving too fast. And that is the part. That's the part where I'm like, he's the bad guy. Why I don't like him. Why I hate him. Because listen, all you have to say to her is, I am not feeling you. I don't see our relationship progressing in that way. And she could have made the determination for herself whether she wanted to stay or go. But instead, he gaslit her and said that she was pressuring him and she was moving too fast. In a relationship where you're a widow and you have a child.
Exactly. Like, his tongue wasn't down her throat on them little lawn chairs like a few hours before. But now all of a sudden she give you a star. Oh no. She moving too fast. She pressure me. I feel pressure. No,
like you're a grown man.
And I think that he knew that woman was coming, and he wanted to stay. He wanted that woman. That Danielle. He knew she was coming.
He knew she was coming.
So Jessica agrees. Yes, excessive crying is too much. Just chill out. Most of these couples are so fresh. Jessica, how do I agree? Have we seen Sierra's tweet? No.
Yes, I saw all of her tweets.
Okay, can you find them, Tamika? Do you mind sharing them?
Yeah.
Okay, while we move through this little part here. So Michael tells Wells, I'm not a fan of Wells at all. I don't know if it was you guys that wanted Wells as like the host of Bachelor in Paradise. I just need Wells to be done. I don't like his advice. I don't like his story times. I don't like his reenactments. Like, I'm not feeling Wells. So Michael's talking to Wells, and he didn't think that Sierra would leave, and that was indicative of like he was worried that he was going to go home before Danielle gets there, and that's kind of really emphasizing your story here, Tamika, is that like he thought Sierra would stay, he'd get the rose, and then Danielle would come. So that's why he was so worried now, because he wants to stay. He doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to be self-sabotaging. It's like, what do you mean you don't want to be self-sabotaging? You were in a complete relationship with somebody, and you said that you didn't want to be with them anymore because they were moving too fast, but now you want to stay in paradise? Make up your mind, buddy.
And
now you want to be in love? Now you want to be in love, and you want to find somebody at the end of this. You don't want to go home. I don't want to go home without making a strong connection. I don't want to do this. I came here to find someone. Really? Because that's not what you just told that girl that went home crying.
If you see Wells's tweets, somebody was like, "Oh, it low key looks like Wells set up Danielle and Michael," and he's like, "Oh, there's no low key it was cut out. I set them up. I said, no, you didn't. They're on Paradise Tell about how they knew each other from before this. Apparently they were on Instagram Live together. Stop the BS. Stop the BS.
Exactly.
V feels like Michael only talks about himself. It's always about how he's feeling.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. He's the worst kind. I'd rather respect somebody who can present themselves as though, this is me, take me as I am, instead of somebody that tries to act like they're so much of a good guy, but they're steady dogging you out behind your back and doing stuff. I can't respect that. I can't respect it at all.
Natalie, you're eating pizza for dinner. Is it? Do you live in Florida? Is it King Pizza Pete's Pizza? That's the question. Okay, let me hear these tweets.
Okay, so this is when Danielle walked on the beach. Convenient. #convenient. #Paradise. Bachelor in Paradise ABC. Then she says, he said a little bit of history. Then she says, I feel highly disrespected. I'm going to go meditate. I think she responded to some other people's tweets too. She was upset yesterday. And I don't disagree with her.
Me neither.
Absolutely. I'd be pissed if I were her.
Even Hunter, who was also on Paradise, was like,
oh yeah, Hunter.
And Ciara said, girl, is right. And then the emoji with the monocle. Then Ciara says, I have never been on a one-on-one ever, period. Laughing my ass off, F me. Hunter, girl, same, ha 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 ha. Ciara, dear Lord, please bless Hunter and I with a good man. Amen.
Yeah, someone about 30 years old would be good for both of them.
That girl, first of all, Ciara is beautiful. She will
absolutely.
Okay, he is not even worthy. Child, he's not worthy.
So Dabu says, if Zach wasn't already chosen, I would put money on Michael as the next Bachelor. Most positive edit I've ever seen. Oh, we're gonna get into this edit. Yeah. I was so irritated. Oh my gosh, yes. I feel as though Michael was offered the Bachelor before and he turned it down. And I think in terms of leaving his son and stuff like that and not wanting to do it. That's what I heard in the past. I don't know where the truth is here or what kind of deals he has with the producers, but he's definitely a producer pet. So I think someone else was even joking that he's going to get a podcast soon. Because they're just eating up Michael. They just love Michael.
Game of Roses said it because Natasha said, oh well, because it's clear. Because she's like, oh, so he so shocking. He gets a sudden rose. Does that mean he has a podcast? And Game of Roses quoted her and said, yes.
You're right.
He has a podcast.
That's exactly what I saw somebody accounting that, and I was like, I agree. Jessica completely agrees about Michael. The issue is that he was dishonest. Yes, I'm also biased, but why did he have to do this with Ciara, a black woman? There are plenty of white women he could have strung along.
Exactly.
I don't see how this
That's why he did it with her. Different. That's why he did it with her, Jessica, because she is a black woman. I just
don't see how it was any different than what Brendan did to Natasha last year. Absolutely. It's literally the same thing. Absolutely. It was literally the same thing.
It is literally the same thing. And I think Ciara didn't have, the backing of having, friends go to bat for her. And then also she wasn't sitting around. I'm gonna just tell you, most of the time as black women, we don't sit around and just cry. We just don't. We're not going to be the damsel in distress, but for so long, we're taught to pick ourselves up by our bootstraps. And so sometimes we don't get the empathy of let's rally around her because we're not sitting around crying. We're like, oh no, I'm gonna get my stuff and go, because what you're not gonna do is disrespect me and have me looking a fool out on this beach and I'm out here sweating and it's 103 degrees. I'll take my stuff and go home in the air conditioner. And that's, what happens instead of just sitting around like Jill and Genevieve and cry and cry and cry for 5 days straight. We're not going to do it. We're just not going to do it. You know what I mean? So we just
Natasha didn't have anybody backing her either, to be honest. It wasn't until
that's what I'm saying.
Like she had to sit there and be like, you guys don't see what y'all did with Chris and Alana and what happened to me as being anywhere near. And they are still not counting Chris and Alana as a couple on Paradise because I guess it was unsanctioned. Again, I think they would have done the same thing if Teddy and Rodney had just went ahead and went on their dates. I think they probably would have done the same thing to them as they did to Chris and Alana, because I didn't feel it as much in last season, but this season I feel like they storyboarded everybody's storyline this year, and if you try to edge yourself out of the storyline that they carved for you, they literally would tell you no or try to screw you over. Like what we see with Lace and Rodney and Eliza, like that was all storyboarded by them.
Absolutely. You know that, like, we're gonna get to it obviously, but like the fact that she got a car to be able to go to the other beach means that the production's on their side. They want to have this happen. They orchestrated this to happen. Absolutely.
Meanwhile, Serene and Brendan's like, so where's my Serene?
Oh, the girl?
Aaron, so
like,
where's my
Genevieve? Me about them. He's like, I just want to know if you're okay.
Well, why are you here and they're not while we're waiting for them?
So V says the producers want us to love Michael with the grocery store Joe edit.
Yes.
They do, and I don't.
They literally were trying to give him the grocery store Joe edit. The difference with grocery store Joe is store Joe has been on Paradise before. Yep. So this was his second time around. And they sent his person on the beach day one. And they allowed them to organically grow their relationship.
Yep.
And then people have bought into their relationship. Personally, I'm not the hugest fan. It's okay to me, but he wanted her. He had been talking about her on their podcast for like months. So fine, right? Like that works. You knew that that's what was going to happen. Why couldn't they do that here? Why couldn't they just set Michael and Danielle up? And like he could have did all that. I don't know if I'm ever gonna find love. And Wells could have, at the end of the episode, instead of Victoria Fuller walking onto the beach, brought Danielle onto the beach, boring or not boring, because their date was boring as hell. Boring or not boring, or Danielle on the beach. Yeah. Boring or not boring, brought Danielle on the beach to be his day one couple, and they could have just wrote the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So Natalie's saying that they wanted Taylor on Clayton's season, but she decided to do Big Brother. Well, good decision on you, Taylor.
That was a $800,000 decision. Good decision.
She was originally casted for Matt's season, and then she was supposed to go on Clayton's season. And Bachelor Clue said he had hoped that she was going to come on this season before Zach was announced as the Bachelor. But thankfully, she went on Big Brother.
Well, speaking of Taylor, I'll just put it out there that I'm going to be talking to her with Sarah from Nerdtainment. And we're going to do her astrology chart. And so we're going to look at her chart to see Big Brother and how it might look with her chart. Yeah. If she's open to it, we might look at her relationships, maybe a little bit with Monty, a little bit with Joseph, if she's interested in that. But we're going to do, a little bit of a get to know you, a deep dive chart reading with Taylor on Tuesday.
Yeah, Sarah had sent her chart on Twitter, and I'd respond because she was trying to explain it to her. She's like, I don't know what any of this means. So then when I just saw that you guys had that schedule, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. I will be in the comments.
Yes.
I cannot wait for y'all to do that.
As right now,
when is the schedule for?
7:30 on Tuesday next week.
Oh, I will be listening.
Yes, and like we also, because Sarah and I did pull some cards for the season, so we'll talk about the cards that we pulled for her as well and how it related to her journey.
That Monty card that you guys
pulled. Yeah, because I remember y'all pulled the cards, but the cards didn't seem. Oh yeah, I remember y'all pulled the cards. It didn't seem like she was gonna win with those cards, though.
I can look at them though. We can see now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When they pulled the cards, it was the same thing. If you follow the tarot reader lady that was on Twitter that was pulling the cards, it was following the same thing. The reason why is because it was on decisions, but that Monty card that you guys pulled, where it looked like he was getting stabbed in the back. Y'all were on point, but it wasn't straightforward because she didn't win HOH part 1 and 2, so there was no way for her to have a straightforward path to the win. But she also didn't have to work as hard once she got there. So, y'all did a good job, in my opinion.
Yes, so we're gonna go over that as well. So just throwing it out there while you guys are listening, and you guys would probably be interested in, just to remind you of what's gonna be happening next week. So so everybody kind of settles in, and Jesse arrives, and they have to talk about the BIP Bachelor in Paradise, the legendary couple Ashley I and Jared. How much of a
I thought they were gone when they said that. I was like, they're still here.
And they're like, we did it. Like, nobody cares about their sex life. Like, I don't at all. Like, zero cares. I give 0 fucks of your fucks.
I mean, even after tonight's episode, so it's clear that the producers interrupted Shanae and Tyler before they could get to the boom boom room. And it's like, so the only couple in the boomer room this season is going to be the married couple that nobody cared about. Are you guys serious?
So. I guess so.
Well, we're only halfway through, girl. It could be other people in there. The way they dragging this out, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe Romeo and Kira will come back to go to the boom boom room.
they were so funny on Twitter. I love them. I don't care what y'all say. I love Romeo and Kira. They're hilarious.
It was a hot mess at the end of last episode, and I've watched it back so many times, and I've laughed so many times. It was really funny. And I like that they're both embracing it.
Epic. That pause was epic. It was like
and all they've done is leaned into it.
Yes, they have been.
All they've done is leaned into it. Her TikTok where she's like, people have asked where Romeo and I stand at this moment. And it looks like he's stuck in some sort of
it was so funny that with that pause though, I think I texted Miss TJoy. I think it was you in this pause, and I was like, sorry, I'm still in I'm still in this pause right now. It was so long.
I remember seeing that.
So long. It was so long.
Jessica says they need to stop pushing Jared and Ashley I, and as the real BIP royalty couple is Jade and Tanner, in my opinion. I agree, but is there really even any, you know what they are? Like, she's had 2 babies in her closet, 3 babies in total, I think. Definitely they met on Paradise, they fell in love in Paradise. They definitely had the full Paradise story, and they're still together. So yeah, I would agree that they are definitely more of a royalty couple than Ashley I and Jared. So agreed. So we learned though, they finally leave. Thank gosh. I was like, are they going to come back? Because even in the preview or in the little clips in the beginning, we see them again, and I'm just like, I don't even want to see them in the opening credit clips. I'm like, I want them gone. Get them out of here. Ashley Joey have no advice, literally a waste of time. Yeah, they gave 0 advice.
Her only advice is don't leave, because if I would have left, then I would have never met Jared.
Well, do you know what? If she had left, she probably would have met him organically, and maybe she wouldn't have cried so much. Maybe. So if they are not coupled up, there will be going home. That he emphasized, you will be going home. I'm just like, what's the point of them going home when we know this twist is happening? Well, I was annoyed. But they're going to be having a cocktail party beforehand. So Shanae talks to Logan, and she was feeling a little bit anxious because of the fact that he didn't see the bracelet that he gave her on his wrist, but she did have the bracelet on her ankle. So do you think she did that in order to so that James wouldn't see her clearly wearing his bracelet, and then she could have this moment with Logan being like, I am wearing your bracelet, so she could still be kind of juggling the two of them?
Oh, most definitely.
I don't know what
Shanae is there to play the game, honey. She is there to play the game in the field. She is like, bring the men to me, and I do not blame her. Let me tell you something. Until you are engaged, you're single, okay? And so she is like, I need to see if I am compatible, and I need for you all to work, to show me and, pursue me like the woman and the lady that I am, and show me that you're interested in me. And I don't blame her. Like, they gotta work for it. You can't just be sitting up here eating tacos, drinking beer, belching off of margaritas, and thinking I'm just gonna fall for you. Like, do something, go the extra mile. So I think, yeah, she wanted to be able to disguise that and still have the moment. Yeah, she wanted to juggle it. She wanted to, if she would have had it on her wrist, she never would have got that shrimp date.
That's what I was wondering. Of like, how do you feel about James bringing Shanae a shrimp taste test?
That pissed me off.
It pissed you off. Why did it piss you off?
I'm like, what is with this shrimp? Like, I don't understand.
It's from her season. So like they showed a little bit of the clip. On the clip, but basically there was a whole big thing that happened with like Shrimpgate on her season, and like,
yeah, I remember that part. Why was there chocolate covered shrimp? There was a waste of shrimp.
That's disgusting.
I didn't understand the chocolate covered shrimp.
Are you sure it was chocolate? It wasn't like mole?
It didn't say
mole. Does have chocolate in it sometimes.
It said chocolate.
I know it looked like it didn't look like a mole sauce, but I don't know because he didn't say that one. He just said the green shrimp one, then he said ceviche, and then he said
there was a
the
bunch
shrimp taco.
And
he never said anything about the one that looked like chocolate, so I don't know what it was.
Gross.
It's probably mole. We'll just say it was mole because chocolate is disgusting.
But
they do this blind taste test and then they kiss. I don't know what it is. I do not find James to be attractive at all, but there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I want James to stay on the beach because he's so good looking, he's so fine, he's so good looking. And I'm like, am I just not seeing? Like, I'm like,
I think they're just looking at his muscles. I don't think they're looking at his face. I think they're looking at his muscles.
Well, what about his personality? Like
Dry.
There's no part of him that I'm like into. I'm not like, oh, like he's so fun, or he like, there's nothing about him that I find attractive. I mean, maybe the fact that he orchestrated a shrimp taste test. I like shrimps.
Not when one of them was chocolate.
He is boring, and you can always tell how if he would have stayed and Aaron would have left. He's boring. He brings nothing, but Aaron can still, go on because he's lively. He's not boring. You know what I mean? So, but James is boring. That's probably another reason. Oh, that you fell asleep. I mean, he's just boring.
So Debu says even Raven and Adam, Kevin and Astrid mean more to Bachelor in Paradise than Jared and Ashley. I agree. Kevin and Astrid, they have a baby. They lived here in Toronto down the street from me pretty much. Raven and Adam, they also have a child together. So, and they literally met on the beach. So, and like they were in a relationship on the beach. Kevin and Astrid, they did they did break up and then get back together after Bachelor in Paradise. But that's the same as like Becca and Thomas. So, I agree. They're definitely stronger couples than Ashley and Jared. James's teeth scare V. I haven't noticed this. Tell me about these teeth.
Do they? What? I haven't noticed either. Are they too big or what?
Also wants to stay. I'm gonna see if I can pull up a picture of his teeth while we're talking. Casey wants to stay. And Casey wants to find love. And Peter starts going around saying to everybody that Brittany was bringing up Instagram. And so Casey tells Brittany about Peter. And this is kind of in his trying to look like the hero to Brittany. So maybe Brittany will give him her rose. And so I was annoyed with like Casey for saying this to Brittany, because it's like, why make somebody feel bad? Like, I don't know. I just like, I don't want people to be upset, but I guess I get what he's doing. He's trying to bring a storyline to him, whatever. But like, I didn't really like this tactic at all.
The storyline was dumb because you weren't taking a rose from Peter. You were taking a rose from Andrew.
Yeah.
Like, it was dumb. I didn't understand the entire scenario. And then he goes and frustrates himself to sickness. Like, I don't understand. It's like, Casey, what is this about?
Don't they say be careful when you're trying to dig a grave for somebody? They say always dig two, because you take yourself down too. He was so busy trying to get him out that he done made his own self sick and done passed out, and now you gotta go home, sir.
Or, well, so let me just get to there. So Brittany complains about this to Andrew. Andrew's like, no, don't say anything. And, you know, because Casey wants her to kind of pop off and like go and like talk to him. And Andrew's like, no, it's not worth it. Like, don't bother doing that. But Brittany's like, can I talk to you, to Peter? And Peter's like, no, not right now. And I'm like, and she's like, well, I heard that you are like saying that I'm only here on the beach for Instagram followers. And he's like, oh, okay. Like, I'm going to come and talk to you right now, because like he realizes that his image might get tarnished here a little bit. Then they fight on this damn beach. And he's like, it doesn't add up. And like, Peter is just a big ding dong, in my opinion. Like, I don't find him attractive.
Possibly not want you. She couldn't possibly not want you. It has to be that you don't have enough followers. That has to be it.
Of course. I mean, it couldn't be anything else other than that.
I mean, it might have something to do with the fact that he's a flaming narcissist, but I mean.
Okay, hold on. I have a picture right now of James's teeth. I don't know if I find them to be overly large. I think my teeth are bigger than his teeth. Let's see. I don't know if they're. Do you find them overly big?
Mm-mm. That's not why I don't think he's attractive. I just don't think he's attractive. But
yeah,
and then personality. But I also don't think Aaron's that attractive.
I don't think Aaron's attractive either.
Personality is crap.
Aaron gives me a good laugh though every now and then. Aaron does give me a good laugh every now and then, but I don't find either one of them attractive.
Neither do I. Yes, Peter needs to go back to his pizza place. Yeah, and the girls that like seem to be into him because he has a pizza parlor or whatever, and he apparently has a yacht. And it seems like he gets girls because of it. And like, I understood when Brittany was like, she's like, I don't know you. I don't even know your favorite color. And he's like, oh, we're talking about favorite colors now. You don't know my favorite color. I don't know my favorite color.
It's like, it's black.
And he's like, oh, like on our date, like you never even like asked me one question about myself. It says like you were talking about yourself already. I didn't need to ask you anything.
Thank you. I didn't have to ask you. You were telling me. I didn't have to ask you anything. You were telling me everything about you.
Dabu does not like Peter, but Jill getting involved is annoying. So much attitude. I was happy for her to get involved though, because I just need somebody to tell him like something, because he gets away with a lot. They need to never bring Peter back on any of these shows. He's annoying, not attractive, and conceited. Peter could not fathom Brittany not liking him. Could not fathom it. Not at all.
Buongiorno!
So Jill does go and stand up for Brittany, and she's like, yeah, do you know what? You're not getting a roast tonight, so you might as well leave. And I was like, that's so rude. But he kind of deserves it. He deserves it. And then Genevieve shows up. I was okay with Jill showing up, but when Genevieve showed up, like I was like, I guess I like Jill more than I like Genevieve, because when she
we don't like Genevieve, so yeah.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of either of them. But I also did not watch their season. But I'm not a fan of either of them. But if I had to choose,
yeah, Jill's way better. I mean,
yeah,
that doesn't say much, but yes. So while this is all going down, we hear like Casey talking about like, I didn't know it was going to cause this much drama because everybody's shouting on the beach or whatever. He literally just drops to the ground. I guess he fainted. I guess he was, I don't know, like, was he holding his breath because he was having a panic attack? Like, what? I don't know what happened there.
He was. Yeah, he was. He was holding his breath and he started getting weaker. And Andrew could tell something was happening. He's like, whoa, everybody, wait, something's happening. And then before he could like turn back, he had
said,
dropped.
I feel dizzy.
And it was like,
yeah, he said, I feel dizzy.
Natasha said she passed out in Paradise. It gets hot. Like even tonight when you were watching it, Rodney was sweating, but
I passed out.
Sweating. He was so cute though. And like he was red and he was sweating and she was blushing. Anyway, we'll get to them. I love them.
The women say they looking like wet dogs, and then with these other women coming in fresh, they looking like wet dogs. These people are sweating. You hear me? Sweating.
I mean, I've been to Sayulita in August, and it's hot. It's quite hot. So it's outside of Puerto Vallarta. So it's like 40-minute drive from Puerto Vallarta. So it's on that side of Mexico. It's a hot side. And so it was quite warm there when I was there. So it would have been warm as well in June, maybe even warmer. I don't even know.
I was gonna say I've been to Mexico in June. I went on a baby moon. So my anniversary is May 26th. So I was over like that Memorial Day week. And we went on a cruise to Mexico, literally got off the ship, and it's a long port that like goes all the way straight and then goes to the side, and it's like a long walk. I got to the end of the walk and I was like, yeah, no, we're coming back and forth. Like wherever we go, we're going and staying. And then we're coming right back. And I was pregnant at the time. So I was like 6 months pregnant. I was like,
oh my God.
No,
it just reminds me of me because like when we go to like have layovers in Mexico, I have like all my winter stuff on me from Toronto. So like I have like my winter jacket, I have my blazer, I have my shirt, I have my skirt, I have my winter boots on, you know, like full boots. And then we get to Mexico and we have to like go in like our lineups and do all like they make you check your like they go through your bags in Mexico even if you're crew. And so I just remember one time like this girl like she lost her airport. Anyways, there's a whole big thing. So I was running around with this girl helping her out and I was giving her a uniform because she didn't have a uniform because and it was a big whole deal. I was just dripping sweat, like just dripping like the most sweat I've ever sweat in my entire life. It's because I'm carrying all this stuff and I'm in Mexico in a uniform.
I hate
hot. I was so sweaty. So I understand. I feel for these people because it is quite warm there and a little bit of humidity as well. So Casey leaves in an ambulance. Jacob is now going to go and approach Peter. And I'm like, I don't like though when the guys start policing the other guys on the beach. Like, just let them go through with the damn rose ceremony. Like, you don't have to
tell them
same thing. Get off the beach. Like, just
I said the same thing. I said, why are we doing this? Just let him not get a rose and leave. I don't understand.
Thank you.
Right? And so he goes over to Peter, but Peter wants to leave on his own terms. So, buongiorno, pizzeria, the Pizza King is out.
I need the name of his pizza place and the location so I can make sure to never set foot in there.
Sasha, I want you to try the pizza. I want a review.
And Jacob's like, I mean, it means good morning. So I don't know why he's saying it's 11 o'clock at night. I don't know why he's saying.
I think it means good day. So it kind of you'd say it in the morning, but I think it means good day. So Brittany and Andrew have a little bit of a chat, a little bit of a debriefing after, and she's checking in on him, which I like. Like, he's like, how are you feeling? And then she was like, hey, how are you feeling? Like, you know, like what's been going on with you? And so I did like that she was checking in on Andrew as well, because they're kind of dating a little bit, and like he's, you know, adjacently involved in this scenario because he's talking to Brittany. So they chat and they smoochy. So I'm like, okay, they seem to be fine. They're kind of back to where they were. And then we hear Wells saying miracles happen every day. I was just like, God, Wells. So Genevieve wishes that she had a rose that she could give to Michael. And Michael is hoping for a paradise miracle. And then this damn music is like a Disney princess fairy tale.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, coming down is Danielle. And Michael sees Danielle and has to like go through the crowd to get to her. Like, it's like, come on. It's planned.
Right.
And the music made me so angry. Like I literally thought we're watching like Beauty and the Beast or something. No, because it was a Disney. The soundtrack was so Disney, meeting like your prince or finding your girl or whatever. Like, I was so annoyed.
It was gross.
It was very gross.
And then they're talking, and I'm so excited to meet you in person. And I was like, okay.
And then in ITMs, I know Danny.
Right. You called her nickname already?
Dabu, I think you're right. I think he is Polly B's ex, and Polly's ex. And I think he was still with her when he started seeing Cara Maria on the challenge, and then he broke up with Danielle M. I believe that was the Danielle. Polly is very different from Michael, that's very surprising that those are her, that he's her ex. Sorry, I cut somebody off.
Hold on. Polly from Big Brother?
Yeah.
Oh.
They definitely dated before he was with Cara Maria, if you know who Cara Maria is.
I do know who Cara Maria is from watching the challenge back in the day. I didn't know him and Cara Maria because I haven't watched the challenge in a while. I didn't know him and Cara Maria were together, but I do remember her.
They lived together on her
back
ranch
in the day.
Montana. They obviously met on the challenge, but when they met, he was still with Danielle M. It was a big ting. So we get to the rose ceremony now, and all of a sudden, like, Michael is so excited and happy. Serene goes first, gives her rose to Brandon, Jill to Jacob, Lace to Rodney, Genevieve to Aaron, Shanae to Logan. And when she gives it to Logan, they kiss in front of James. James just like, you're happy about this, Mika.
See you, James.
Yeah, bye, James. Please don't come back. Please don't be a gag that you come back every season now and not get a date.
He'll be back next year.
I don't want to see him anymore. Victoria gives her rose to Johnny, Brittany to Andrew, and Danielle chooses Michael. And I wrote again, the music. I roll.
Yes.
Justice for Justin.
Mm-hmm. Justice for Justin. Yes. He really got
robbed.
And like, why is Aaron also so happy for Michael? Like, what? Like, this is another thing that was going on. It was like everybody's just having all this talk about Michael and how he's such a good guy.
He's such a great guy. Michael's such a great guy. He's the best guy I know. Michael.
Who was it that was talking? I think it was either Andrew or Rodney. Like, I got it from them because they seem to have hung out with him and came. But I didn't understand it from some of the other people that they were having do it.
Johnny?
Yes. That's what
even Johnny was saying.
Not even so much Aaron, because Aaron was on his season, I think. Aaron was on his season.
Yes.
Yeah. He was on Katie's season. I'm not crazy, right? So I get the Aaron. The Johnny?
Johnny
was going along with the pack. That's what he does, girl. When in Rome, he does as Romans. When he leave there, he leave them. He just along for the ride. Aaron, Johnny don't care. That's why I'm like, Victoria's like, oh, we're so committed. I'm like, girl, as soon as you go, you out here survive. Johnny is here for a good time, not a long time.
We did not see Johnny all episodes, so I don't know, but okay.
Debbie says, let's get real. A lot of these people talk beforehand, not as if Michael and Danielle are the only one. Absolutely.
They're not, and that's what I'm saying. It's not the point that he talked to her before. It was never even the point for me with Brendan and Piper that they talked before, that they even dabbled in dating before. It's how they treated the women that they up with on each. Brendan clearly led
Natasha
on. Michael even more so led Ciara on.
Yes.
They were kissing. He was making plans with her. He could have cut that off 2 days before that.
Sure. Do you know what? Do you know what the difference is? Is the fact that Danielle has a similar story to him, and they're a little bit older. That they're not like they're not super angry with him in the same way.
Yeah, and that this beautiful blonde woman came floating down the stairs. Yeah. Oh, okay.
So James and Justin leave. I was like, what the F? What the F? I didn't understand the next scene, though, in the next morning when Jacob was just, like, frozen staring at something. Like,
oh, yeah, that was some weird... I don't know. Jacob was weird the last 2 episodes. I don't know what's going on in his head, to be honest.
See, Natalie says, I hated the Disney music. This is not Dancing with the Stars. This is Bachelor in Paradise. Yeah. Oh, my God. It was so annoying. I'm going to, like...
You know, all these shows can only clear certain music at the same time. Love Island will use the same exact soundtrack on both coasts, on the UK and the US.
Well, but you know, ABC being a Disney, you know, they owned by Disney. They gonna play all the princess songs. But it's true.
Debbie wants to know if we are watching Bachelor in Paradise or Michael A's show. What is with everyone's obsession with him to be happy? Exactly. Are they doing producers' work to get a good edit?
The producers, and somebody else said this on Twitter, the producers miscalculated the amount of I don't want to say love, admiration, or feelings that we had towards Michael A going into BIP, and I think Ciara was kind of I didn't watch, but I think she was kind of like a villainous, loudmouthy kind of person coming into BIP. I think they miscalculated the scale to which people would weigh what was going to happen between those two on this show. Because Ciara, to me, came off as willing to commit, loyal, beautiful. She was just naturally going on that beach.
Glowing.
And he came off as wishy-washy and now super disingenuous, let alone gaslighting.
And a gaslighter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Jessica. Johnny just wants to be with the cool kids. I'm not believing that Justin's really gone. Such a letdown. He gone, girl. He gone. I don't think he's coming back.
He's back at the house.
I mean, maybe they'll pull Akira or something, but I don't know. I think he's gone. So Michael and Danielle in the morning are talking, and they have a similar history. She lost her fiance, which is also obviously very sad, but like that is something that he appreciates because she understands him in a way that not many people understand him. So I understand having that bond. I think it was then that we learned that somebody introduced them over social media, and they're kind of being like, you guys have some similar history, and so they've been chatting on social media, probably planning to both come to Paradise. Just saying.
Exactly.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's what Serene and Brendan were doing. I'm pretty sure that since she came off of Clayton's season, Brendan and her were probably talking in DMs, or they were typing.
They were hanging out in person,
they were texting, but limited, like, not dates or anything like that in person. Not like what Brendan and Piper obviously did. But clearly there was a connection there because, listen, they walked on the beach and started kissing. I get it. That's not the point that I have a problem with. I said for that rest of the episode, I was unhappy. I don't want to watch his love story. The entire thing that they did with him was bullshit, and it was like literally for an hour. And I said, and then somebody else was like that they were upset about it, and I said, I'm wondering, is it because it's all coming off so disingenuous? It's all coming off so storyboarded and storylined. Would it be better if they did it like BIP Canada, where they brought in fans to like mix it up or something? Because all these people know each other. All these people have either talked, dated, or slept together. Like, I just don't know how they fix it. This is
They all met
annoying.
in Stagecoach. They always meet in
I think that they need to get a new set of producers. Like,
that too.
The producers do not really, I don't think, know how to build storylines in a way that, for me, I enjoy. Maybe there's a whole group of people that really like Bachelor in Paradise this season and they think that it's going in a good direction. Maybe. But I think that the producers kind of lost the plot, in my opinion, as to what makes good TV. And I think that it's fine that these people are talking to each other beforehand or not, but like allow that just to happen organically instead of the producers like not putting these people together at the beginning, so they have to go and break somebody's heart because they're not meeting the person that they want to see on Paradise. Like, they're just always looking for the drama instead of the love story, and that's always what I'm saying is what's making these love shows fail, is to going for the drama. Drama comes when real feelings are activated, and let people just build real stories and real feelings and real relationships, and things will get messy. But they don't seem to trust.
Exactly. It's not reality. It's not reality TV anymore. Everything is so scripted. It's not. Just let it happen organically. Like, that's what reality TV is. Just to see how things will happen and progress on their own. Just put the people in there and let's see what happens. But they just keep trying to script everything.
And at this point, they've ripped off 2 different other reality shows to do their last 2 seasons.
Right.
Bachelor Nation shows. Joe Millionaire, they ripped off. And then this one, they're ripping off Love Island. I don't know. Like you're obviously running out of
ideas. I mean, this is the best one so far for them, I think. Personally. So how do you feel about Brandon coming down with a date card and it says, Danielle, love is on the horizon?
I started cooking some chicken wings in the air fryer because I didn't want to see it. I was like, I'm within earshot. I can hear what's going on. I didn't want to see it.
I muted the date and read what they did on the closed caption. I didn't want to see it.
Yeah, they went on a yacht. At one point, Danielle was basically begging for a kiss, and he kind of fucked it up, in my opinion. And he's like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. It's like, to me, that's not.
You were just kissing Sierra. You had your tongue down her throat.
I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to date. I don't know how to do this. Like,
and then it looked like he was there trying to trauma bond with her. Yeah. Like, and she was like trying to not allow him to. Like, just gross. The entire date was gross.
Well, yeah, so V's saying here that Michael said that he could only be with people who are scarred. Like, what the fuck is that? I understand wanting to be with people that have had life experiences, but I wouldn't want to necessarily only be looking for people that have had a similar traumatic event as I did. I understand if you're maybe in support groups and you meet somebody and like you build a connection because of a similar trauma that you guys have experienced. But I didn't like when he said this in like the date, being like, what did he say? They have scars, but they're beautiful. They're beautiful. And I was just like, I don't know. Like, Danielle, are you really into this?
Somebody said.
Or what about when he told her? Oh, okay. Go ahead, Tamika.
Somebody said on Twitter that he said that he likes people who are scarred, and they're like, Sierra's literally missing a finger.
She was. That was good. That was good. She literally is missing a finger here. But he also said, I did come back in the room and I heard him say, I like to be with women who offer something. Like, are you organized? My wife. See, I mean, she brought something different that I didn't have. So I'm not a good organizer. She was a good organizer. I like women who can enhance my life.
She's probably a Virgo. I'm not just saying. His wife was probably a Virgo.
First of all, I'm a Virgo, and I'm not here to I'm not coming in to save no man. Let you be whole when I meet you.
I'm sure.
What?
Make lunch. You'd probably do laundry.
I don't cook. I do it. I do not do that. Now I have done it in the past. I'm in a new aura. I don't do that.
Oh.
So but I have done it in the past for somebody that I was with for a long, long time, but not somebody, but he was just like and she was like, well, I can't help you there because we both gonna be unorganized. He like, oh, you can't help me there. And I was just like, really, Michael, it really is all about you. Like you haven't asked what she needs or what you can offer to her. It's all about you. And I'm like, he just talks about himself a lot. He's not as obvious as Peter, but he does a lot of things that only self-centered comments. Like he told her, you served a purpose. Remember in the beginning when she was like something about the rose and he was like, yeah, you served your purpose. Like to give him a rose so he could stay. I was like,
I don't find like that was like banter to him, it seems. And like, I would have been like, you're a dick. I'm not interested. I just want to tell you guys what my mom just texted me. She's like, hey, Shan, started to binge watch Bachelor in Paradise. Am I the only one that felt that I needed to fast forward Ashley, I, and Jared's segments? That's my mother right now. Binging it.
No, you're not the only one. We all did it. I don't know. Her last name
Ferguson.
Is it Francis? Miss Ferguson, we all did it.
Oh, I'm not going to say. Mom. Wait, hold on. Why is this working my audio? Hey, I want to record the audio. Mom.
Let me say something to her.
Okay, yes, no, Mom, I'm live right now, and I just read your comment, and you were not the only person that fast-forwarded it. None of us could watch it. Miss TJoy has something to say.
None of us, Miss Ferguson, none of us. We don't want to see it. Go home to your child. We don't want to see it.
Please, please, please. That means she's not watching me right now. Mom, where are you? So while this date is going on, that's when we're seeing all the guys just talking about like, oh man, we just want Michael to find love. He's such a good guy. He's such a good guy. He's such a good guy. Oh, he deserves. Oh, he's such a good. I was like,
the best. Man, one of the best people I know.
So I was like, please, can we get to Casa more? Like, please.
Exactly.
I know, right? I was like,
that got some more.
Come on. So they're talking about Michael and Danielle talking about how he hurts people, and he wants to know if she does the same, and like, if how she handles her trauma is the same as how he has. She's obviously had a lot longer than him. I do like that she kind of put in. She's like, you know what? Like he overdosed. Trigger warning. And she found him, and she did CPR on him, and called the ambulance. So I mean, not to one up someone, but I feel like her situation is something that could be you could hold on to for a very long time. And I believe that his wife went through cancer, so it might have been aggressive, but it was something that he was able to kind of deal with in like a gradual fashion. Yeah, exactly. But hers is like she finds her love of her life and she can't save him. So not to say that like they both didn't have very traumatic experiences, but to me, I could feel like she would have a lot more to overcome with like survivor skills and not being able to save him. Like I feel like, man, like that's a lot. That's a lot for one person to go through. So yeah, he says he could only be someone who is scarred, and those scars are beautiful. They're beautiful. It's like you're no poet, Michael. Like I don't care. I do like that she mentions about Grace Potter, her song "Stars," and it says, "I lit a fire with the love you left behind." And he really loves that phrase. But I like that she does do a good job with making it lighter. Like he just wants to be like sad and kind of bring the mood down. And I thought, but
He wants to be all serious all quickly.
Yep.
Somebody on Twitter said that Michael is here listening to a song called "Stars" when Sierra literally gave him
star.
Bought him stars. Exactly.
Like, for every action, it's like what the hell?
It was total disrespect. It was like total disrespect.
It was so disrespectful.
I'm amazing you. Isn't pushing the widower the same as the push the widow Gulia? I don't know what that means. Do we know? Is that a phrase or a reference that I don't know?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, I don't know.
Sorry, Maisie, I don't know what that means. Watching BIP this season is making me miss Love Island. I Love Island is so much better. It's far superior. But whether it's UK or the USA, it is far superior. Even when I'm mad at them for like maybe dumping people too early, I still get to see people build relationships to a certain extent. And sorry, the after, like Timmy and
Still
Zeta after,
strong.
they're going so strong in a way.
Yes,
like their lives are so good.
Jesse done moved to California. I think Jesse moved to California today or something. So
yeah, it's just I'm definitely watching. Maisie says I'm watching on my TV and have the chat on my phone so I can't be way behind. Oh, I get it. Okay. I do that myself whenever I'm wanting because I want to comment. So I usually put it on my computer, but I watch on my TV. So we see Serene and Brandon. I think they were just talking. Johnny and Victoria are kind of talking. I'm just seeing them like their dates kind of their relationships progressing a little bit. And Johnny says, and I think that this was a good point, that having a first date at an amusement park is great because it releases all the endorphins, and then you remember having such a good time with the person that you go on a date with. And I'm like, Johnny, that's good. That's a good idea. It's a good plan. I'd go on a date with you, Johnny.
I know.
Those are one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I would love to go to an amusement park date. Like,
I'm still mad that Zimmy's super date wasn't at Disney because it should have been.
So Jesse shows up and he gathers everyone and he asks Genevieve, Jacob, Rodney about how things are going. He also asks Logan how things are going. So they're all kind of explaining their situations. We didn't learn anything new there. But he says, but as you know, in life and in love, there are challenges. And if any relationship is going to stand the test of time, it has to be able to handle adversity. So your relationships are now going to be put to the test. You are leaving Paradise. Paradise, as you know it, will never be the same. And basically, other girls show up, and the OG girls are out. They're going to be leaving. They're packing their bags immediately. They're out of there.
So the only thing that stood out to me,
they were mad as fire.
The only thing that stood out to me was, so wait a minute, Michael and Danielle are still on their date. Wait a minute, you're telling me
thank you,
Michael's not going to go through this split week? So she was always going to come in with these girls.
Exactly, Tamika. I had forgot about them until they came back. I was like, they've been going through this whole thing.
Well, I knew that they weren't going to be part of the split thing because we didn't see Danielle in the F you, Jesse Palmer. So we didn't see her there, but we knew that she was going to be on the show. It already had been really spoiled.
I didn't know.
I knew that Danielle was coming, and because like he also after Paradise, she went with him to who just got married.
Wells and it was Wells.
Yeah, Wells. Yeah, so
I did see something about. Somebody was at, but I didn't read the rumor. So,
hi, Mary.
So
we're halfway in.
Together. Hi, Mary.
Julia, but she spelled her name different. Juliana. I don't remember.
Pushing the widow the same as to push the widow.
As the push widow. I don't remember who that is. I'm just not remembering right now, but you're probably correct. I'm just having a memory lapse. Debu says, I feel like Johnny and Victoria are a sleeper of a couple similar to Noah and Abigail, irrelevant on the show, but end up having a great couple in the real world.
It's possible.
Both
Yeah,
Libras.
I do think she, because we were having this conversation on Clubhouse, on whether or not I like, they would like who we thought would after this would stay together, and the fact that personally that she picked him over Justin, because I personally think I would have went for Justin, but I think she really did like Johnny more, which is why she went with Johnny. Because otherwise, I think she would have just picked Justin.
Absolutely. I think that she had interest in Johnny beforehand. She was able to go on the date with Justin, and then Justin was being kind of wishy-washy and wanted to kind of pursue Genevieve. I think that if Genevieve wasn't such a loose cannon in a sense, that he would have maybe kept that door open with Victoria. And maybe Victoria that wouldn't have explored anything with Johnny, but it was because he was kind of
had to be all in with Genevieve so that she could go to the next round to wait for Aaron. Yes.
So Eliza is one of the girls that shows up, and she has a little bit of a crusher brew on Rodney. We see the girls packing. OG girls are packing, and they are big mad. Oh, Eliza's gorgeous. Absolutely.
Eliza's gorgeous. Serene said, how would you guys feel if you are leaving your man on the beach with Eliza Eichel? And I was like, I would feel like good luck, Rodney and her in their future relationship. You're mad to say.
Very pretty, and she has a very kind demeanor.
Yeah.
Like she's just very sweet.
Yeah.
So I see Genevieve, like I can't stand that woman. She's just like, at one point she's just like yelling to her producer. She's like I'm done. Like I'm out of here. I'm out. I'm just like,
I'm not doing this. I'm not. You think I'm gonna go to a hotel while they're down there with my man? I'm not doing this.
Like you're really acting like that over Aaron.
So somebody was in Clubhouse. It was like, so have none of these girls seen Love Out? Like they really think there's no men coming in for? Did they have nobody said to them, hey guys, we might just be getting some men? Like keep calm.
It doesn't even matter that they're getting some men because they act like they are tied to these men, like these men have proposed to them.
There's some people who have absolutely every right to be that way. Serene and Brandon, I think, have something absolutely solid. I do not see them moving, and they were there together from day one. Them, I get.
I agree.
Johnny and Victoria, I can see maybe where she would be like, okay, I have something solid with him. They weren't necessarily day one close to, you know what I mean? Like day 3 or 4. Get it. Lace, I didn't understand her at all. Genevieve, she was just staying on code because her and Aaron they basically came to Paradise to date. I don't know anybody believes that they didn't. That is what they came to do. And who else? Who else was the one that was like, why is she Jill, you and Jacob were coupled up for 2 days.
Well, now
2 days. They just went on the date.
Victoria kind of laid it out though. She felt bad for Jill because Jill never feels chosen. And I can understand like feeling finally she's got somebody that she went on a date with, that she had a good time with, that they're seemingly on the same page as he chose her over Kira coming back for him. They were just kind of starting to build towards something. And so I think that if she feels as though she's the person that always loses out, never gets the guy never chooses her, that this could be devastating for her. So even if it's just been 2 days, I do understand if you have a history of always losing to some other girl, that you might have a little bit of a spiral. So I understood Jill's spiral.
Yes. So somebody did also point out, she did say that, he's going to dump me for a blonde white woman. And I got it. I get it. I got it. It's triggering. It is. Any person of color, Black woman, would understand her feelings. And that's kind of basically what he did do, which is sucky. That being said, where she lost me is like, she's like, I'm like a penguin, I mate for life. I'm like, girl, this is your second person.
I mean, she would have stuck with Romeo.
And then you also have the power to choose who you want to. You don't always have to wait to be chosen. Like, give these men a chance, and maybe one of these men could choose you, and you could choose them. Like, it's just been 2 days. That's all I'm saying. Like,
she doesn't know how to maybe date multiple people in a way that's effective, where she doesn't end up losing both. And so I think that she just wanted to be all in on Jacob and build that relationship. I don't think she wanted to start with somebody else and then maybe start to like them, but then because she's starting with somebody else and maybe Jacob doesn't want her anymore. Like, I think she just didn't want to. I think she just wanted to invest in that one relationship that she felt was going strongly and she felt good about. So I do love
seeing. She gonna find her feelings hurt. She gonna find her feelings hurt.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So I agree. I think that only Brandon and Serena have a leg to stand on. Yeah, out of all the couples.
I agree.
All those cheers for Fabio, really, Jill. I know. I think that that's also probably it. That like she doesn't think that he's a hot commodity necessarily. So, like, she's like, he should stay with me, right? So even Shanae was crying. I was like, what? What's happening?
Yeah, the Shanae thing, I don't know. She was crying and then she was like, bitch, stand up, and then she went on a date. I don't know. I was upset that she got a third date. Like, of all the people to get 3 dates on Paradise.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because none of the other women wanted to date Tamika, they had to find somebody to go on a date.
Brittany wanted to go out with the person that
they had to fall on the cross for these men that they've been with for 3 and 4 days. Like,
Brittany
she was
wanted to date the guy that Shanae took on the date.
Who, Brittany?
Yes.
Oh, I think we did see, but see, Brittany was still being double-minded. I don't know how they edited because she, on one hand, she was over there crying over Andrew, and then she saw him and she was like, oh, he's cute, but then she was still talking about, but Andrew. So when the date card came, maybe she wasn't still in that mind frame. I don't know.
Before. She kissed him the night before. And then the next day.
She kissed him the night. I must have missed
Yeah, she kissed him the night before.
Later.
No, she kissed him before he went on the date with Shanae. And so she thought that they had built a couple. Anyways, we'll get there. So even Shanae is crying. The outro of yesterday's episode was Johnny surfing. It was kind of funny watching Victoria and Shanae watching him surf. And she's just like, oh, he's so bad, but good job. I thought that was a cute little outro moment. All right. So in the new intros, I thought it was cute. The new women all doing like on the lawn chairs and they're kind of all turning towards the camera. I thought that was cute. We see Danielle giving CPR, and I was like, that's kind of triggering. Like, would she really want to be doing that in her?
She's a nurse.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that she doing CPR on her past fiance.
No. She's a ICU nurse. I thought you said.
She's a nurse. That was one of the things they were like, oh, Danielle's such an angel. She's perfect for Michael because she's a nurse, right? Yeah. So she's perfect for him. She's so loving and caring.
Yeah, that was one of the things.
I mean, she's a nice girl. I wish her better than Michael, to be honest.
Yeah.
So we hear that Kate's one of the new girls, I forgot which season she's from, likes Andrew and Logan, but she doesn't even end up with either of them, I don't believe. Eliza is chatting with Rodney.
Okay. Kate wasn't the Australian girl?
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry, sorry. And who's the Jacob girl?
Jacob's girl is Sarah. No, Sarah's the other girl.
No, Sarah's the
Asian girl who was with Logan. Jacob's girl is it Alexis?
I think Kate is the girl.
Sarah.
Anyways, Logan was talking to the Australian. Jacob was talking to Sarah. This is just at the beginning. And the new girls. So the new girls, they are all looking real pretty, and like that's when we get the comment of like, oh, we're looking like what did they say? We look like
wet dogs.
Wet dogs. These girls look like they come in looking beautiful. They do. They did look a lot different.
They do.
They look fresh.
Yeah.
They
hair blown out.
Yeah, they came with like hotel hair for sure. Like fresh blowout, not humidity or anything like that.
To be fair, Eliza was on that beach. Rodney was sweating out bullets, and she still looked gorgeous.
Yes, I would literally be having beads.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I would actually have brought like a mini fan for sure. So
we finally see walking around with it.
F you, Jesse Palmer scene. I feel like it was better in the preview.
It was absolutely better. I maybe it's because they played it too many times in the preview, but it literally they played it in the previews and they played it at every end of the to the next episode. So it like I think they played it out like they shouldn't have.
Yeah, it lost its impact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I felt like it was just like a little moment, but like it seemed to have a little bit more of an impact in the trailers that we were watching before. Yeah. But whatever. So the Villa girls, our OG girls, are chatting about the men, and obviously they're all really, really sad. Oh, the Florence is the Australian girl. I wrote down here.
Okay.
Bring on the men. Who said that? Why do I have that in quotes?
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
it might have been the Casa girls. Because they did.
Yes, that was their line.
They were sitting around the table and talking.
Yeah, they're like, "Bring on the men," and the girls are like, "Fuck you, Jesse Palmer." So all the OG girls seem miserable. The only thing that they like about this experience so far is that they have AC, and the Villa girls the new girls are having a pool party. They're having fun. They're jumping around. Like everybody's having a good time. And Jacob seems to have butterflies for Kate. And he says Jill is amazing, but like Kate, I don't know, there's something about Kate. I'm not into Kate. I don't like the vocal fry thing that she kind of does. I don't know if it's actually her voice or if she's putting it on, but like that whole like kind of like talking like this, like that vibe, it's like vocal fry. It's like kind of makes you sound like you're like kind of like a valley girl, but like cool. I don't know. I'm just not really into that.
If I was gonna go with patching up two people who like are not it on the beach, though,
you choose them.
Yeah, because Logan ain't it and she ain't it.
Fair. So Jill is crying over Jacob. Cut to Jacob in the hot tub being straddled by Kate. And then at the end before the commercial break, we hear behind the walls, Jill screams because she's so frustrated with what's going on here. And then the storyline that continues that we don't care about, Danielle and Michael return from their date. All the girls left. He's so confused.
I'm like, what are you confused about? Like, you're not the same girls. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
He's like coming in like, hello, I'm Michael. Like, wait a minute, we got some
Johnny's like, these girls are not the same girls.
I'm so confused. Okay, you be confused, Michael. Like, fine. So Jesse goes to see the OG girls, and he's like, there is something else that will change everything. And they're all like,
it won't change nothing.
So in walks Rick, Olu, Alex, Adam, and Tyler. Adam is an Aussie, and Jessica wants to know, what is the point of bringing these Australians in? I don't think either of them are going to be picked. I agree. I don't know. He's
I don't know. I guess just to switch it up. I mean, just to throw in somebody that they couldn't have possibly talked to or something. I don't know.
Anyways, well, Genevieve thinks that maybe Rick or Alex, I wouldn't say no. And so she seems to be a little bit open to getting to know those two. Shanae likes Tyler, but she feels at the same time that she's cheating on Logan a little bit. Back at the main beach, Andrew, I don't think was feeling Jasenia at all.
Oh my God. See? It's not just me. in Clubhouse, I was saying this, and one of the guys is like, "Oh, Tamika, for real," and it's like, this energy is like super blocked. It's super off. It's super one-sided. And normally, I'm very like, "Oh, okay, they like the same things. I can see it happening."
She was forcing it.
I like his energy better with Brittany. Definitely. And it's a lot more low-key, but it's still, to me, a lot more reciprocal energy.
And I mean, I know people hate sometimes when we talk about signs, but Jasenia's coming in with that Scorpio energy, and Brittany is an Aquarius like Andrew, and so they have a vibe that works. And Jasenia and him, it just doesn't seem to work. Like, she's trying to get him on an emotional level, and that's not the way to get an Aquarius. You know what I mean? Like, make him laugh, make him like, think about things.
Well, she like if first you don't succeed, try again. So she will be trying again, and I think she'll have better luck the second time.
Andrew's a guy who likes to laugh, and he's kind of like unserious, and like she was like taking it all serious, and you gotta open up, and I
came here for you. I came here for you.
Yeah, and I get it. Like, I don't see. This is my thing with Jasenia. I've watched her do this twice already, where she's just super hardcore going after two guys. She did it with Ivan, then she did it with Chris. And yes, Chris screwed her over, but she screwed over Ivan.
And she did.
And so it's like, I'm not real. And to me, Ivan, Chris, and Andrew, none of them are the same kind of person. Mm-hmm. None of them are the same personalities here. So I don't know. I am happy she went for what she wanted. And I did say if there was going to be one pairing that I could see out of, like, which I could see her going after Andrew, and maybe Andrew. But when I saw his energy with her, I was like,
he wouldn't even look at her. And she's he put up a full-on wall, and she's still trying to knock it down. Jessica says Kate does not like Jacob. I agree. She just wants to make another week by hook or by crook. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely do whatever she can. She'll probably get it. She'll win. Yeah. So who's the guy from Rachel Lindsay's season? That was Alex. So Alex, he's the one. I don't know if you watched him on Ellen, and he did like the striptease on Ellen, or like shirt, like,
apparently he's really good friends with Rachel and Brian. He was in their wedding, I think.
Oh, I think he's actually kind of handsome.
Yeah, and they're supposedly they're always talking about him, that he's such a great guy. So
he's a Leo. How old is he? Should I slide into his DMs?
You should.
You might be too young for me. If he's 35 or higher, maybe. Pardon?
I'm always here for you sliding in somebody's DM. I'm always here.
I think I'm going to start posting more thirst trappy pictures on my Instagram, and then start liking people's pictures. That's how the young kids do it. So this one girl that used to work
how they
with,
do
like 19 years old. She's gorgeous, but she posts thirst traps, and she tells me, she calls them thirst traps. She's like, this is the thirst traps that I put up. It'll be like her like looking over, like, and her ass is like out or something. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, you're 19, you're posting these things. And she's like, whatever. And then she's like, and then like I'll like a few pictures of like some pro athlete. And then they'll like see like, who's liking all these pictures of mine, and they'll see her thirst trap pictures and slide into her DMs. And so she only dates like professional athletes, and she's 19 years old. I was like, you got this on like game on point. Like,
that's how they do it. That's how the girls do it now.
Yeah.
Like I'll show you guys offline the type of people that slide into my DMs. You're just like,
I can show you some people that slide into my DMs. They're not athletes. I know.
So I agree that Andrew's better with Brittany, but I like Brittany better with Tyler. I will talk about that a little bit after. I don't think that Andrew actually has any game. That's true. He was all nervous around Teddy, and he got done passive with Jasenia. Brittany made the move on him.
Yeah, I don't think Andrew's aggressive. Like, well, I don't know if that's the word. I don't think he's a pursuer. Which is, listen, some men are the pursuers, and some men are like women who pursue them. That's just how it works. Same thing with women. Yeah. Some women like to pursue. and some women like to be pursued. It just like you just have to find the balance of the right person. Right? Like I just.
So Jessica thinks that Alex is the hottest
Jessica.
of the cast of guys. If he was brought in earlier, I think he would have gotten more play from all the women. Absolutely, I think he's very, very cute, and he does have a
Olu's body though. Olu's body though. Ooh, his body though.
Olu does have a nice body. I forgot Olu was on this.
Yes, Olu is to me very handsome.
That body though.
Not necessarily, but very. I was actually shocked. I don't remember Rick being that ripped. Did we know?
I don't think we ever saw him with his shirt off.
No, I think
we only saw his head underneath the platter.
I think he did some lifting of weights.
He got ready for Paradise. Got his Paradise body.
I was like, okay, Rick.
Okay, Rick.
So Adam has a date card, and it says, Shanae, it's a new day in paradise. Make the most of it. I was like, third date? Why?
Like, how much rehabbing of her image are y'all gonna do? What devil contract did she sign?
I know, she's like, okay, I will be the villain of Clayton's season. I'll eat all the shrimp. I will torment Genevieve. Just as long as you give me 3 dates in paradise, let me stay for the whole time. I don't know. Something like that. So she is going to take Tyler. Tyler is more ripped than I remember him to be as well. I mean, I don't know if he saw him with his shirt off, but I definitely don't picture him having a ripped body with that face.
Even those leg muscles. No, I don't remember that. All of that being no.
Like him and Rachel.
I'm like, these people were getting ready for this beach. They said,
he didn't have that much time from when he got dumped, like, so he must have been ripped already.
That's true.
Because like we saw that how quickly Johnny got to the beach,
right? I was gonna say, didn't he just walk down the road? Is that what happened?
I think
that
so.
Johnny definitely walked down.
I mean, but then he was maybe in the. No, you can't get ripped. That he was in the hotel room for like a week compared to Johnny. But yeah, no.
So we see Jacob and Kate talking, and he doesn't wake up thinking about Jill. Ouch.
Not even that. He said Jill is not his person. Like, ew.
I thought those were strong words. I was like, sir, it's been a day. It's been a day, sir. It's been a day. Like, I love how Jill is like her yesterday.
I love Jill saying, like, I will blow his dick straight off. It's like, please. I don't condone violence, but that was funny. And then you just see her crying, cuddling her crystals. Jill.
Her and those crystals.
I mean,
they're not working for her.
But I don't know if she's in the right mind frame to allow the energies of the crystals to clear energy here. Who said this? Sorry, Jill, that seat's taken. Did Kate say that? I don't know. I wrote it down.
Yep, I think so.
So Genevieve is crying. What's new? Then we go over to Shanae and Tyler's date, and they're doing tantric yoga. I appreciate tantric yoga. If I was in a relationship, I would probably want to explore tantric yoga. I think it's very interesting to learn how to use like the energy centers in a sexual way with your partner. Like, I think it is interesting to explore, but I'm kind of done with it on TV. Like,
it's on every single reality show. It's like on every single one.
I was gonna say, are you done with it on TV? Or are you done with it on The Bachelor?
I'm done with it on The Bachelor.
It's also been on Married at First Sight.
Yeah, but to me, when they do it on Married at First Sight, it literally is to build intimacy. When they do it on this show, it's gross.
I was like, Tabu was like, can we not mention Rachel? I'm like, Rachel Lindsay? But you meant Rachel Rakia or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I was like, Rachel Lindsay? No. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. But Tyler's from her season. Sorry. So We see Shanae doing the tantric yoga with Tyler, counting his abs out. They love putting like counting every one of his abs out.
She's like 9. I saw like 8. What she say, 8 or 9?
8.
She was like,
8 abs, and then you see them kissing. While Logan is kind of crushing on Sarah, but not necessarily wanting to do anything about it.
Sarah's beautiful, by the way. I just want to mention that.
Absolutely, she's beautiful. I mean, I didn't like her on Clayton's season. I mean, I didn't. Clayton's seasons were just so bad that like I didn't like really many people on that season, but she wasn't great for me. But Sarah, it's time to get back in the saddle. She gets a date card, and she chooses Logan.
Yes.
So I was happy that they're doing this. So back in the saddle, we're assuming it's going to be some sort of horseback riding date.
So is that why Shanae got the date? Because he was going to go on a date so they could have them side by side. It was dumb. I was like, first of all, the person who should have gotten a date was Rodney and Eliza. Because first of all, his date got interrupted when Teddy got sent home by the producers. Yeah. So he should have had the first pick of dates.
Yep. So Dabu reminds us, why are you surprised about Fabio's comments? Don't you remember how he dumped Gabby?
No, I
mean, he I can't remember. It was pretty savage. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I remember like, I hate this guy. I definitely remember thinking that, like, he's a dick. A dick, like, big time. So the boys play minnows in the pool, and I'm fine with like homoerotica, like whatever sexual preference, but I think that it was interesting that Aaron was like wanting to be the person that catches the minnows, and the guys had to swim by. And if I'm not mistaken, he says, "How I catch you is I grab you by your dick."
Junk?
Yeah.
Oh,
he didn't end up when they were actually playing. He was just tapping people on the head, but he did say that, and I was like, I've never heard of this game before, and I'm wondering if maybe Aaron has some unexplored homosexual feelings that he's maybe not.
I've always felt like he had some sexually fluidity, like he was sexually fluid, like, but he was trying to suppress it. I've always felt like that about Aaron. And I felt like maybe him and James both shared it, and that's why they were so, I didn't understand it. And so I was just like, I don't know.
I've definitely always kind of thought that, because I do never feel like he has a vibe with women, really. Like, he just kind of does what he's supposed to do. Similarly to, I don't know if you watch Clayton's season, like Clayton's never seemed to have any sort of vibe with a woman. And then later on he came out. And so, not to say that he is...
Oh, Clayton number 1?
You mean...
yeah. Did I say Colton or did I say Clayton?
You said Clayton.
You said Clayton.
I meant Colton.
You meant Colton.
Right.
Yeah, I meant Colton Underwood. But now Colton has come out. Now, Colton is a different, obviously, story, because I'm not sure if he came out for clout, or if it's true. Like, he definitely... I'm not sure about what his motives are, but the same way that I felt that he didn't have vibes and energy with women, I have a similar feeling with Aaron, and that he always seems to just like light up more and have a better time when he's hanging out with Ben. Like, he just seems to like hanging out with Ben more, which is totally fine. And so I'm wondering if there's some unexplored homosexual feelings going on there. So Logan gets annoyingly constantly bringing up Shanae dating James in front of his face. That's the show. He keeps on acting like Shanae betrayed him. She dated 2 guys and chose the one she liked more. Absolutely. I think he just felt like he needed to say something or give himself a reason to date Sarah.
He wanted to justify.
Yeah, he wanted justification. I think, you know how in Love Island, like, even with like Dammy, I haven't had the Love Island experience. Like, to him, he needed justification to have the experience, instead of just saying, "You listen, there's 40 beautiful women right in front of my face, and I just want to try to date one of them that's not Shanae," which is fine.
Yes, exactly. But he's also probably building his response. So when Shanae comes back, like the girls will also say like, oh, like he was conflicted this whole time. Like he was thinking about, you know what I mean? Like he could also be saying it for that reason. So he has a little bit of an alibi potentially.
Right.
So Genevieve is snoring on the day bed or day couch or whatever. Rich and Olu are complaining about the girls. I would be too. Like, even if I was like serene level relationship with Brandon, I would still be having fun with these guys. Like,
not even somebody pointed out, why weren't they even trying to have fun with each other? Like they were just sitting there, and even Olu tweeted they were asleep 75% of the time that they were there with them. So it's like y'all are no fun, or like y'all were wasting people's time, including your own.
Right. And I felt like that's what I was saying, because remember, even Zeta was having fun with the guys when it was Casa Amor. Like and Timmy was having fun with they're not gonna be with any of those. They're solid and they're coupled them, but you're not sitting around moping and I'm gonna be a sourpuss and be in the corner and not interact with anybody.
It was a 5-star resort with people. Like, you're getting paid to be on a TV show.
Right.
Give them a damn TV show. Do something. Olu was begging them to play chicken, like have a chicken fight, whatever. And like, they're just like, no, I'm not gonna. I mean,
I would have had my butt right on his shoulders. Yes, I will come. I will come. Hold on. Just lower yourself down so I can climb on up. I'll play.
I think Victoria didn't want to get her makeup and hair wet. That's what I'm thinking, that she just didn't want to get wet. But
on the other hand, somebody did point out that they did all those dramatics like 4, and they might have been that exhausted the next day. And then, listen, they cried a lot, and it was hot, and they just gotten into air conditioner. Yeah,
I would be like, if I'm on a dating show, and even if I was in a couple, I think I would still be getting to know these new people. Like, you're having 5 attractive men that just want to get to know you. Like, go have some fun. Like,
exactly. That's what I said before. There's just some of them that there was no reason for them not to be trying to get Lace.
I couldn't see Lace and Olu actually. Like, I was like, they had their.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's what I
they could have looked kind of good together.
To him. I thought she was gonna be attracted. I was like, if she keeps crying, she gonna cry them fake eyelashes off. I'm like, if she bat one more tear, them fake eyelashes is gonna come off. I'm like, my goodness. If you already Aries, know,
he's 29.
Okay. With Rodney's only 30 anyway. My whole thing is I'm wondering if she just doesn't date like monoracial black men, which kind of sucks. But listen, my whole thing is I get it. Rodney, in speaking with Rodney, he's a catch. He's the sweetest guy. He's an absolute catch. I get it. That being said, she even said herself, they didn't go conversation. He wouldn't open up to her. Serene is there on the screen talking about Rodney would absolutely go on a date. Like, there was no reason Lace should not have been talking to those guys.
Absolutely.
Well, she makes it seem like that's why she got to come over, because she need to know, because she running herself ragged and she's stressed out, Scorpio, and she just needs to know so she can go on, what he's gonna do.
It's the Scorpio. There's no way that she's gonna let him go and do whatever he wants. Like, she's gonna go to like. Mm-hmm. It's not gonna be fun for him.
He's an Aries, right?
He's an Aries, yeah. Logan acting like he ain't going to jump ship and pursue a new woman. It's in your nature, sir. You've done this before. That's true, sir. I prefer Shay's approach. Explore other options rather than just moping around. Absolutely. And that's probably why they gave her the date, because she was going to at least enjoy herself and have a fun time. Not that Brittany wasn't, but like, I think that they could trust that she was going to embrace it.
Yeah.
She might not have liked that date, though. the tantric yoga. I don't know if Brittany would have been into tantric yoga.
Maybe that's another thing too.
She wouldn't have. She sure wouldn't have.
I don't get these women. They cry when new women arrive, but then have no interest in new men. Olu is a catch. Absolutely. I've been like, Olu, can you bench press me? Like, I would just be like, I'm like, of course I'd be like having fun with these strong men.
Girl, even if I had a man, I'm gonna be like, oh, I felt his chest. I'm gonna be able to tell all my friends, girl, I have felt his chest. I might not end up with him, but I felt his chest. I would have been all over there in his face in that pool. Just sipping margaritas, just looking in his eyes, listening to his conversation. Sure would have.
Him and Alex, I would probably have been all over. I'd be like, who's stronger between the two of you? I don't know. Show me. Like, I would have been flirting like crazy for sure. But Shanae is the Bachelorette of Paradise. She is with Tyler talking about exploring, I guess, relationships. I don't know. I can't read my writing. But I do like that Shanae is at least open. It's just so annoying that all these women are so closed. Did they forget that they're on a TV show and that we don't want to see them crying? Like,
why do you think that they haven't told the men that the women also have men?
Maybe they're going to do the postcard thing. No,
because I need for them to find out. I need for Lace to drop that bomb. Like when Rodney, I'm fast forwarding. If when he breaks it off with her next week, and be like, because I could have been over there. I could have been on a date. I could have been because we got men over there. I could have been doing this, but I was trying to be loyal to you. But I come over here. I wanted to say it somehow like that. So all of a sudden he's like, yo, they got guys over there. Like, I want the men to know as well. That
it's not just them making the decision. Absolutely.
I did want the men to know, but if she wasn't going to state it when they were sitting there asking her a million times where the girls were.
No, I don't think the producers wanted her to reveal
exactly. I don't think they want them to know. And that being said, I don't think Lace and Rodney gonna have it right there near the palapa, and she going right into a car.
Yeah, probably, but maybe though, because like when they kind of come back together, like there is an opportunity maybe for other recouplings. I don't know what the format they're going to do here. You know what I mean? So maybe everybody will come back to the beach for a bit, and then there'll be like a big shuffle and maybe a big cocktail party, then a rose ceremony. Maybe.
Boys have the roses, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's annoying. I hate that for sure. Rodney says Lace knew what was coming the minute she saw Eliza. Rodney already said Eliza was on his list. Yeah, she did mention it at one point.
She did?
Yeah, I did hear Lace say like, and Eliza's on, like, and Eliza is somebody that was on his list. Like, she did say that.
Oh, I didn't hear her say that. Now I'm even worse than mad at her. Because if you knew that was a person on his list, then what are you talking about? You're not going to explore with anybody else.
I think she's probably just was like, maybe she wants to know definitively if he wants to explore something with her, so that she doesn't feel like she wants to be loyal to him. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's why she wanted to get some, like, just to know for definitively that, okay, you're going to go and move towards her. Okay, well then now at least I can be open to these other guys. Maybe.
Right.
Rodney already said Eliza was on his list. At first, it sounded like Lace was going to take it on the chin, but not based on the preview. Mm-hmm.
Oh, she ain't taking nothing on the chin. Wells already warned everybody.
Oh, yeah. Where did I wrote that down somewhere? No, it's on the next page. Okay. So Logan is terrified to hold Sarah's hand. He's scared of Shanae. Poor guy. He's such a wimp. So the editors were so proud of this when they have Shanae and Tyler and Logan and Sarah, and they're just cutting back and forth to the two like dates, whatever. I was just like, the producers are really having too much fun here. And the editors.
They really thought they were doing something. They did.
So Logan is telling Jacob that Sarah is dope, and Jacob's like, do you love her? I think that's when I fell asleep around here. It's true though, because everything's like I'm like I don't remember writing this. Brandon,
so what
Aaron,
about when Shanae thought that she was gonna go to the boom boom room? Did you see that?
coming.
Like she thought she was going to the
still
boom.
coming. So Logan,
Okay.
So Brandon, Aaron, and Johnny aren't pursuing any of the other women. Fine, whatever, Aaron. Like, I mean, it's like no other woman wants you, Aaron. Johnny, I think he realized that he has a good thing with Victoria, and Brandon. There's no doubt there. So Jasenia makes a date with Andrew, and at their date, she talks about. Like, I rolled my eyes hard though when she's just like, like I grew up in beauty pageants, and there's just like a stigma around like beauty pageants, but like really, I'm just like a nerd. Like I love playing video games, and I'm just like, is that a pick me, girl? Is that pick me, Mika?
Well, if she was shitting on Brittany,
okay,
in the same tone,
right.
in the same conversation,
right?
Yes, but I think she was trying to find a common ground with him.
For sure.
Again,
an opening. She was just looking for an opening. She was
which she did. But
yep,
that kiss where he like picked her, it was awkward as fuck. I didn't see it.
And with the water in his hair, I'm like, is that staged or what? Like, what is going on here? This whole thing.
I don't know. The kiss, I was like,
Nothing is organic. Nothing is organic.
Nope. So we see Shanae. She's like feeling Tyler, and she wants to go to the boom boom room, and she's kind of she goes and changes it into something, and she's like making him like look at her crotch. Oh, she was always. Oh yeah, because she did the tantric yoga date. Sorry, she was wearing like.
And that's what I didn't understand. You said you have been sweating in every single spot. So why didn't you go take a shower and change?
Maybe she.
If you was trying to go to the boom boom room and get fresh, all
maybe she wanted to do a shower with him. Maybe she wanted to take a shower with him. Well, she really wanted to get to the boom boom room with Tyler, and she's like showing off like her like crotch area to him, like say like I'm gonna be so sore tomorrow. I'm gonna be so sore, and he's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna probably be sore too. Like he was not picking up what she was putting down, in my opinion, at all. And
he wasn't, which was the funniest part about it, because then when Jill walks in,
she's like eating and crying. And like fully cock blocks her, and then Jill leaves.
And I was just like, I was like, wait a minute, did she do that for Brittany? Because like that's the only thing that would make sense. But she says on Twitter, "Oh, was that the vibe that was going on?" It's like, if I'm not happy, none of you bitches about
to gonna be happy. She gotta come out there and tell. I've been in bed all day crying. I expect to come out here and talk to people. Like, what are you all doing? I'm like, oh my goodness.
They're trying to get it on. Well, Shanae's trying to get it on Jill. So Jill leaves. Everybody goes to bed, and Shanae says, "F you, Jill." So the OG boys are working out, and everybody's watching them work out. The Paradise boys are talking to Wells. Oh, no. Before that, though, Eliza and Rodney get a date. So how did they get the date card? Who brought that to them? Do you remember?
Shit. Who was it? Danielle? Was it? It was one of the
Brandon?
girls.
Was it? No, was it a girl? I don't know. Somebody was like, "There's a date card."
Yeah,
and they were like,
and they read it, and it was Rodney.
Apple of your eye.
Yeah.
Apple of your eye.
Rodney picks someone. Oh, wait. Sorry. While Lace's spiraling at the same time, Rodney picks someone that's the apple of your eye.
Yeah.
And so Eliza is obviously his pick.
Which is rude as fuck, because Lisa's been calling him the apple of her eye for the last 2 days. So the producers knew what they were doing, because when he said the night before to Aaron that that morning that he hadn't thought about Lace once since he's been with Eliza, told me everything. That and when
Yep.
Eliza when Lace said that they didn't have any deep conversation, I was like, oh yeah, no, because
It's a
like
wrap. It's a wrap.
he was already at the pool planning to tour Europe with her, play basketball with her brother, bring her to his mama, which we both know he's a mother's boy.
So how do you feel though? So Mika, how do you feel though the fact that she's a Taurus and he is an Aries? How do you think that dynamic will work out longer term? I don't know. Obviously, they're full charts, so there could be other planets could be very compatible.
I would more have concerns if their full chart was off, but it really depends. For me, Aries meant, but like I'm always around Aries men. My dad is an Aries. My son is an Aries. My father-in-law was an Aries. Like, so I'm always around Aries men. And with my dad, it just like, for me, it doesn't work. But I've seen other women who are Taurus and they date Aries men and it works because like they are more like, it's kind of like the Capricorn Taurus where they're like they just have that leadership role that they can be over your household type of thing. It does not work for me.
It can be problematic a little bit, I think, because sometimes, it's a ram and a bull. So sometimes when they both become, really stubborn in their ways, that can be like a battle. But I've seen it work. I had a friend who was an Aries and she married a Taurus. So I don't know.
And then it's like March Aries or April Aries.
He's a March
Aries. So like to me, I feel like there's a difference between.
I feel like an April Aries would be better because then they're
April Aries are usually better. But
for the fact that they would most likely have Mercury in a close house sign, which could be a Mercury in Taurus, so that could be helpful for them.
But what if she's a May Taurus?
Yeah, it could be better. On what's her name?
Eliza Eichel. Don't ask me how to spell that German last name.
I'm just gonna say Eliza. Okay, there it is. She is a May Taurus. She's May 15th. So it's good though. She's an earlier May, so she more likely will have either a Taurus Mercury or maybe an Aries Mercury. I don't think she'll have a Gemini Mercury. Anyways, hopefully, Eliza and Rodney are endgame. Okay,
I think so too. I love their energy. Yeah, their energy is off the charts. Off the charts.
So the Paradise boys are talking to Wells, and Wells is saying the story of Hurricane Lace, but he never really told the story, right?
He never told the story. If he told the story, it was another thing that they left on the cutting.
I'm so sick of these stories.
If he told the story, it's another story that they left on the cutting room floor, and thank God for that.
Or they're saving it.
First of all, I was mad that they interrupted their date in the first place. Thankfully, they didn't interrupt them at the table, but I'm still pissed that they came in. They were so excited, so happy, about to walk through the entrance to Paradise.
And Lace is in the sprinter van coming to Paradise and then talking to the guys and the guy. I mean, the guys weren't saying anything, so I guess that they were supporting Rodney, but like it was just all so messy and so nasty. I thought it was nasty too, like that the producers, like this nice little couple are having a little date and you are allowing her to come and interfere with the date. Like I get that she's upset, I get that she was dating it, but the purpose of this split is for them to be separate from their person for the week. And why are you letting Lace come over and like interfere at the exact same time that they're on a date together? I just thought it was pretty nasty of the producers to like not allow this like black couple to have like a nice date.
I think that's why everybody on the beach was acting the way they were acting, because they clearly knew, okay, the producers are fucking with him. Like, this is messed up. Like, that's why I think they were trying not to say too much, because they were like, it's clear that this was being done for drama. And the only thing I just kept laughing at is Brandon, like, so where are the other girls? So where's my...
Right.
So
He wanted to know about
and Aaron
so
saying the same thing. So where's my Genevieve?
and she was like, why are you questioning me? Why are you... He was like, you question her. She was like, but you're not telling me anything. And then what am I supposed to tell? And he's like, we told you he's on a date. Like, and then somebody was trying to tell her something, because she was asking something, and Andrew was like, no, that's for him to tell her. Like, like, everybody keep your mouth closed. Like, this is for Rodney to discuss with her. Don't tell her any of his business. Like, what is going on here? I mean, I just thought it was really messed up that they allowed her to do that. You don't think that crying Genevieve and Jill want to come and see what's going on? Crying Genevieve and Jill, they are pressed to come over and see what's going on. You don't let them come over, because the whole fact of the matter is, you are supposed to let them spiral if they're spiraling. You have to do the 1 week away. That's just the rules. Like, it was so ridiculous.
Jessica says, when Wells started warning the guys about Lace, I thought that we were going to get another horrible storytime reenactment. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they saved that for next episode to kind of tie in her and Rodney having a conversation, because they come down onto the beach. Eliza goes and talks to the girls. Rodney goes over to the guys, and
no. Not Eliza went over to talk to the girls. The girls
pulled
her away. Okay. Thank God, because I was like that. Like, for girls who just knew her for a short amount of time, I'm really proud of them for like pulling her away from the drama.
Her. Like,
because in other cases, usually the drama you see, like, the girls are always yelling at each other.
But no matter what, though, usually when people come back for the dates, the girls talk to the girls and the guys go and talk to the guys. So I think that was what was happening, and that the girls wanted it to happen even more to completely avoid there being any, like, cross mixing, for sure. But, like, I was expecting her to go and talk to the girls, for sure. Like, that's what I was just expecting that. And then he was going to go over to the guys. So that does happen. And Rodney sees Lace there. And I was like, that so sucks. Like, he was on a high from his date, and now he has to go deal with Lace on, like, a time where we're able to explore a new relationship with somebody that he's been interested in. I was like, that's tacky, producers. That's not cool.
And why are you doing it to the one black couple?
Expendable, I guess. Good. They don't care. They don't care. So we get left pretty much on a cliffhanger of Lace and Rodney talking. The outro was, we learned that Aaron doesn't like crispy fries. It said no one ever, right? Like, isn't crispy fries the fries that you want? Who wants soggy fries?
I like crispy fries. I don't know. I like cheese fries.
Aaron likes soggy fries. Ugh.
Who likes soggy fries? So you want them, like, hot and crispy on the outside and like mushy on the inside, like McDonald's fries are like a good fry. And that's
McDonald's fries.
So this is a typical Lace reaction. 6 years later, she hasn't changed a bit. This is a very Scorpio type reaction, in my opinion, to get kind of hot like this, but emotional.
Leopard don't change they spot.
Nope. So that's pretty much it for these last 2 episodes. Did I miss anything when I dozed off?
Nope.
No. If you fell asleep, that was all that happened. So
I did rewind, and I wasn't sure if I went far enough and stuff like that. But that's why I was kind of late, because I was like, oh, I don't remember how they got on the date. Like, I don't. We went Rodney and
somebody handed them a date card. Yeah, that was it. Listen. I was just mad when I noticed. I was like, wait, why is she going behind? Why is she going in her car? I just kept getting hotter and hotter every time I saw her walking. So I was like, there's nothing left after that.
V was mad at Lace. Like, girl, go talk to Rick. Like,
exactly.
Or Olu.
Rick, somebody.
Like, I think she and Olu would have been a really handsome couple.
Definitely. Hold on. Let's see. Rick. When's his birthday?
Rick is older though too.
Lace is in her 30s, isn't she?
Yeah, she's 32.
Yeah.
Hold on, where are you?
Is Rodney's 30? How old is Eliza?
Oh, Rick is another
She
Aries.
seems like she's young.
Yeah, there was a lot of Aries on Michelle's season because you said Olu's an Aries, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so many Aries. I mean, they share Mars, so that would be helpful for them to connect. But Aries and Scorpio, not great. I mean, it's not going to work with her and Rodney either.
Yeah.
So I mean,
and depending on how this conversation goes, he was right. Like the one good thing is Rodney was ready to go and have the conversation with her.
Yeah.
He was ready to go pull her to the side, but he will put her in her place. That's the only thing. If she goes crazy, he's gonna put her in her place.
Yeah, you already heard him saying like, "I'm sorry, Lace. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
So, well, that is it for this episode. Thank you, ladies. Oh my God, how did we talk for so long? What's happening here?
Oh my God, what's 2 hours?
It was so much to talk about.
Well, it was 4 hours worth of content. It was 4 hours worth of content.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't feel bad.
Well, it was still a fun time, and I thought that these 2 episodes were a little more entertaining than they were last week. So yes. I'm happy about that. Yes. Are you guys doing anything this next coming week that you got to share with the people?
If you follow me on Entertainment in Color, my 3rd episode of my podcast came out yesterday. I feel like it's the best episode yet. That's the reviews that I'm getting back from people and feedback. So if you have not followed my podcast, it is streaming on my channel, The Visuals. Otherwise, you can go to your favorite podcast and look up A Passionate Eclectic and a Retired Liar, or A Pearl as I call them, and check out my new podcast. I'm really excited for it, so check it out.
Awesome. And Miss TJoy, anything going on?
The acronym. Oh, Love is Blind is starting.
So you're going to be reviewing it, correct?
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. So we'll be checking you out. Both Tamika and Ms. TJoy's socials should be in the description box below. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. Leave a thumbs up. It's really helpful. Like, I know it's so annoying to press that little thumbs up, but when you do it, it actually tells YouTube that you like this content and it gets it in front of other people. So other people can join us in the chat and have fun discussions about these people that we can't stand on a beach.
Oh, did we hear the rumor that Matt and Rachel are pregnant?
I saw that she's been doing a lot of press lately, but I have not heard that rumor.
Yeah. So apparently she might be pregnant. Okay, no confirmation yet.
And he still hasn't proposed.
I don't think he's going to necessarily, but we'll soon find out. Please leave a comment as to, do you think that Lace is going to stay on the beach if Rodney dubs her, or do you think she's going to go back and try with one of the other men at the other resort? That is what I would like to know, your thoughts on how you think this choose your own adventure with Lace, Hurricane Lace, is going to end next week, or if it's going to continue. That's it, everybody. And like I said, if you are interested in learning more about Taylor Hale, winner of Big Brother 24, I will be going live on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern with Sarah from Noontainment to look at her chart and look at the cards that we pulled for her throughout the season. All right, so we'll see you everybody soon, and take care. Bye.
Bye.